Alright, it's time for, well, probably time for everybody to disagree with my choices. It's bound to happen, let's just face it. Greetings, fellow Vita fans, this is James with PSVita at 2 AM, coming at you once again with another exciting video. And if you're new here and love everything PlayStation Vita, don't forget to subscribe. And make sure to leave me your game suggestions down below, because this is a topic all about my personal favorite genres, random genres mind you, on the PS Vita. Including some games that I'm not even 100% sure what genre they are. And this is actually part 2 of this segment, to which another video I did back in 2021, which I'll have linked down somewhere below, for anyone out there who is curious to check it out. Plot twist, it's pretty terrible. Alright, so here is my favorite games from various genres. Up first is one of my favorite fighting games on the PS Vita, and coincidentally enough, a title that'll get this video demonetized super fast. Mortal Kombat. Now, truth be told here, it's always Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 that I personally feel gets all of the attention when it comes to excellent ports on this handheld. And while yes, there's no denying just how true of a port that was, I mean, heck, it was basically the console version in the palm of your hands, the same can be pretty much said about Mortal Kombat. This pretty much takes the bigger brother versions at the time of the game and squeezes it down to what can essentially fit into your pocket, which in my case personally is most likely a Subway sandwich. But it's okay, because I'll always make room for the Vita. Now I think at this point we all know just how solid of a series the MK franchise can be. It's a one-on-one fighting game where you beat your opponent to a bloody pulp, like literally if you want to perform a fatality, which I'm pretty bad at doing, so I'm not even gonna try, which is probably a good case in this scenario because but what made this so special is for those of us who actually owned this version of the game, not only did we have all of the tons upon tons of bonus features that were included in the bigger brother versions, the entire original game of course, with the challenge towers, story modes, and whatnot, but we actually got all 4 of the DLC characters at the time available right from the get-go. Heck, we even got Kratos God of War special character from the PS3 version in this too. Yeah, this was back in the day when the PS Vita version of the games actually had the most content. Man, I miss those days. Now, normally this is the part where I would recommend you pick up this game, but let's face it, you already have, and you love it. So, go out and have a spine-ripping good time or something, I don't know. Okay, so now for one of my favorite action RPGs on this platform, that goes to Tokyo Xanadu. If you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you probably know just how much I love this game. I wanted to have my baby, but it keeps refusing. Don't read too much into that. Now, originally a PS Vita exclusive, which didn't last very long, unfortunately, but hey, at least this way the devs could see their hard work reach a broader audience. But it is in fact from the same exact studio that brought you the likes of Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Donna. And you probably are gonna know my whole rant here. This game was unfortunately overshadowed by that one, blah blah blah. I've already mentioned this many times in the past. So the main protagonist in this game is called Tokisaki, who encounters a nightmarish realm a la Yu-Gi-Oh! And now it's up to him to like save the world, just without cards. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is weird, man, it's really weird. So the story in this isn't anything I would say too amazing, although the cutscenes are very well done. But the best part about this, in my personal opinion, is in fact the action gameplay itself, because you will do a lot of dungeon crawling, and will be able to switch between 3 characters at once on the fly, and to be able to fight some of the most epic bosses I have ever seen on the PS Vita. Though unfortunately, because this game's presentation is so high, you will be seeing a few frame rate dips here and there. But don't worry, it's not that bad. You can also level up your stats and do these social-like things, which I remember back at the time when this game first came out, a lot of people had gripes with because they felt like it was just a Persona ripoff in this aspect. Let it be known, however, that the likes of Icee can never be truly bootlegged. Although, the whole social link aspect has been done so many times in other games these days that I don't even think anyone bats an eye with it. So you can't date any of the waifus though, so sorry to say that. Now, one of my favorite things about Tokyo Xanadu, as if there isn't enough to love about it already, is that once you actually beat the game, you will be able to unlock these bonuses that you can purchase, which will let you have different perks for your 2nd, 3rd, 4th, even 5th playthroughs, such as keeping your levels or unlocking new clothing. It's something that I wish more action RPGs would just do in general. So what are you waiting for? If you haven't had a chance to try out this game and you love the genre, you owe it to yourself to do so. Okay, so you remember at the beginning of the video I said that there were some titles on this list that I'm not even sure what genre they qualify as? Well, I was talking about this game. This is Pato Box, and I guess it's sort of an adventure game, but it's also a third-person game, but it's also a boxing game. It has a little bit of something for everybody, or possibly nobody, depending on your taste. Plus, you play a guy with a duck head, so, you know, that's awesome. So I guess then I suppose I could say this is one of my favorite boxing/adventure games. Yeah, it seems to work. So you play as a boxer named Pato, which I just recently learned is Spanish for duck, so I guess it fits. Although there are no boxes in this title, so it's got some explaining to do when it comes to that, unless it means boxing. Maybe I just answered my own question. And the premise of this whole storyline is that you're fighting this evil corporation and you want retribution. Yeah, that's basically it. But again, with a title like this, you don't really put much emphasis on the story, it's all about the action. And yeah, as you probably would notice from the gameplay, it's pretty much what Punch-Out would be if they made it an adventure title. And apparently that's what somebody had on their mind because this game exists. So you will take on various stages from a third-person perspective, all dodging and wheeling different obstacles, and then once you make it to the actual bosses, it's pure Punch-Out. With pattern memorizations, the correct timing, you know, all that jazz. And with a very beautiful black and white art style to boot. And yeah, I can't highly recommend this game enough. It's just so unique on the Vita that, oh man, it's just so awesome. Plus you play as a duck in this game. Did I mention that you play a duck in this game? Because you play as a duck in this game with abs. Okay, so now for one of my favorite music rhythm games, which, yeah, it's probably an obvious choice. It's Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight. And I'm picking it because in the last video, I already chose Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight. So, you know, I gotta pick a runner-up here. And yeah, what really can be said about this game that isn't obvious from the get-go? You play as one of the Persona 5 characters and dance in some sort of weird dreamlike sequence. And of course, they had to go with the whole dreamlike aspect for these games because nobody gave two darns about Persona 4's Dancing All Night storyline. Ooh, I'm gonna get a lot of hate mail for that one, I can tell. Now, as much as I did love the Persona 5's attempt at this entry, unfortunately, because at the time this game came out, Persona 5's soundtrack consisted of a lot of more instrumental type tunes, along with the whole pop music as well, it didn't seem like there was quite enough variety for this game in particular to go around, especially when you look at Persona 3's and Persona 4 Golden's much more richer soundtracks. Again, not saying Persona 5's is bad, it's just that they didn't have as much to go around with. Now, if they were to have made it nowadays, with Persona 5 Royal out, Persona 5 Strikers and whatnot, they'd have a lot more tracks to include onto this series. But even still, a great soundtrack is a great soundtrack, and great gameplay is great gameplay, and I'm happy to say that Persona 5 has these in spades. Get it? That was a card joke because, you know, spades and Joker, and it was pretty bad. Let's just pretend this joke never happened. Okay, so now for my all-time favorite visual novel, which probably will come as a surprise to many out there. This is Fuurakai 3. Wait, what? Fuurakai 3? Even over series such as the Danganronpa games? What kind of evil voodoo is this? Well, with those, yeah, they technically were a visual novel, but there was a lot more gameplay to them, whereas this one felt a little bit more like a visual novel, only with actually more gameplay to it. Huh, seems like a contradiction. But whatever, man. The reason why I loved Fuurakai 3, which I'm not 100% I'm even saying correctly, is that it is, at its core, a vacation simulator. And while that may sound as exciting as grass growing, which is another coincidence because there's a lot of grass in this game, I personally couldn't get enough of it. I'm also a very odd fella, so you know, just keep that in mind. So in this, we play as some photographer-looking dude, who I think is some sort of rookie reporter, and we gotta take various photos within the land of Hokkaido. And from what I understand, it's very faithfully recreated because we can travel from location to location, filming pictures and meeting others along the way. And no, get your mind out of the gutter, meaning myself, there are no dirty photos to take in this game, although there are girls swimming in spas, so that's something. And that's pretty much all I know about this game because the rest of it is in Japanese. Yep, it's a Japanese import, meaning no English translation. But again, you're not really gonna need that if you can appreciate the sort of sightseeing nature that this game offers. The music is extremely soothing, and the character interactions, which I believe are randomly generated, will always make every playthrough a different experience. Now again, I know this isn't going to be a title for everybody, but if you're looking for a more laid-back, relaxing type of feel in your PS Vita game, then I can't sing the praises highly enough of this one. Though it is pretty strange when you think about it, my favorite visual novel on the platform, which is a genre that you mostly read, is a game that I can't even read. You guys think that's weird? That's weird, right? Okay everyone, and that'll just about do it for my favorite PS Vita games from various genres. See if some of these even qualified as genres. And I'm still not certain about that whole Pato Box thing. But anyway, I would love to know, what are some of your favorite genres in your favorite genres? Please leave me your picks down below. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. This video has been brought to you in part by all of these wonderfully generous supporters who help make this content possible. So a huge thank you goes out to Catherine.uk, Airkick72, Makis Blob, Rendy Azadets, Meshuga360, Bushin Ryu Cat, Berserker Games, B Mystery, Milk Sama, Zakrito, Matt Fox, Shin Snake, Neo Arashi, Alan Iwazuk, Reiko Star, Michael O'Connor, Rodrigo Vera, Sculpture Tugel TCG, David Ray, Hero Acer, BMF, Phantom XRS, Gutter Drums, H-Hitter, Crazy Cat, Adam Thury, Wendy K, Adam Sondi, Claimer Malarkey, Saul Ramirez, Hemdall Imbert, Jelle, Heston Joseph, Per Sterner, PS Vita S, VG Legends, Kyle Brooks, Joseph Shavak, Kevin Enright, Silica, Richard Cruz, Jared Haddo, JR, Buzz Sayin, Hector Gonzalez, Franz Hartle, Chris Foxhound, Dr. Super Artie, Matt Hargett, Jamie, Saban Fire, Rizal Pliskin, Kayonko, Aridri, Ricardo Martinez, Mazgus, PSP Guru, 1488 Dental, Burzen Mystery, No Good, Donut Valley, Tasha Monty, Starlight Mirror, Azumara, Juan M. Hermosillo, Lacerated 87, Nintendo Switch at 2 AM, and Eric D. Witt. If you would be interested in supporting the channel and gaining access to a number of perks, including having your name featured on the end credits of these videos, or if you wish to remain anonymous, that can be provided too, then make sure to check the links down in the description below. I have numerous ways for you to do this down there. Can't support in this manner? Don't worry about it. I also have some affiliate links from both Amazon and PlayAsia for anyone who is interested in purchasing something from them. Basically, the way it works is so long as you use one of those links to just access their website, then anything you purchase afterwards, a small commission will go to help support this content at no extra cost to you, the consumer. I also have channel merchandise available, and of course, as always, likes and shares can help equally as much. Whew, alright, the video's over with. So guys, tell me honestly here, how terrible were my choices?